What up? My name is Kate, and I made it my mission this weekend to find the best coffee cake in New York City. I will be rating the cake based on looks, inner cake taste, and the outer crumble taste. What up, everyone? So I am beginning my mission of finding the best coffee cake in New York City during a pandemic. First step, wear your mask, put it on. I'm feeling like safety first. I am currently walking to Levain for our first stop on our coffee cake adventure. As you can see, there is not a lot of people out and the streets are pretty empty. Levain Bakery was created in 1995. Known for their incredible cookies, this bakery is an Upper West Side staple. Let's see if their coffee cake is as good as their cookies. Levain to me looks like a normal coffee cake. It is just a good old-fashioned looking coffee cake. On the inside you can see there's a layer of sugar that was placed in there and then baked, and then they put more cake on top of it. So I would give this look, honestly, 9 out of 10. It looks like a solid piece of coffee cake. I got my fork right here. I am gonna try the cake part first. I'm not really gonna focus on the outer sugar layer, mostly the inside layer to begin. So when I put my fork in, it's a nice kind of smooth texture. Okay, it's a little hard. All right, so this is the piece we have. Wow, that is really good. So for me, that cake definitely gives a hint of cinnamon, but it's not overpowering. It just gives enough where you taste it, but it's not in your face. The best part about this cake is the inner layer. It seems like they layered some sugar and the cinnamon in the middle and then continued to put the batter on top of it, which made that part of the sugar more gooey, I would say. And it just adds a lot because you're eating the cake and then you get this kind of gooey sensation. I really enjoyed this cake. I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. The only part that I don't think is the best about it is it's a little dry. Not that much, but a little bit enough where it's noticeable. Now we'll focus on toppings. Ooh, crunchy. That's really good. There's a slight burnt flavor, which is hard not to get because when you're baking it, sugar just can burn easily. So there's a slight burn flavor, but nothing too significant where it takes away from the taste of the topping overall. I would give that a 7 out of 10. It's really good. Again, flavorful, but with a slight burnt flavor. The next stop we have is By the Way Bakery. By the Way Bakery is a gluten-free, dairy-free bakery. The bakery has 2 locations on the Upper West Side and the Upper East Side. Next up we have By the Way Bakery. This cake, to me, doesn't look as appetizing as the rest of the cakes just because it doesn't have that dark brown accent of sugar on it, but I'm not going to count that out because it also has some blueberries. This one, their coffee cake, is made with blueberries, which gives it a nice little blue coloring. For looks wise, I would give this a 6 out of 10. It's not the most beautiful cake, but it is a little bit special because it has blueberries, which gives it a little pop. This is a gluten-free bakery, so I'm curious to see if the gluten-free really does make a difference in taste. I have a feeling that there'll be a slight difference, but nothing too insane. I also think this one's interesting because it has blueberries, so let's see how it is. So I'm going to cut into it. Ooh, all right. Oh, wow, we're going to get a big piece here. Oh, snap, these blueberries look really good. Okay. All right, we're getting in there, trying to pick it up. It's a little crummy already. I can see it's kind of crummy. Okay, I think that this cake is really nice because, again, one of my favorite parts about a coffee cake is the gooey part where it's either cooked sugar or sometimes cooked fruit, and this cake has a lot of that. I think this cake is missing cinnamon. I don't really taste any cinnamon, and I love that about a coffee cake, and that's an important part of it. So I think if they added more cinnamon, it would have given that actual coffee cake flavor. I think that this cake is a bit more crumbly. It's not really as stuck together, but that might be the gluten-free factor of it. Overall, it's a really good cake because I think it feels light enough where I can have a lot of it and I don't feel too stuffed, but it's also enough where I feel like I'm eating a piece of cake. So I think the consistency is really nice. I would not say it's as good as the Levain cake, honestly, for the pure reason that it's missing cinnamon. I need more cinnamon. So I would give it a 7 out of 10. It's still really good, but not as good. Now, this topping is very flaky. It is maybe because of the gluten-free aspect of it, but it is very flaky. It's even hard to get on the fork. Let's try to get that. What I like about this is it's very sweet, and I love sugar, so I love things that are sweet. But I don't think it has as much flavor as Levain. I just wish they had more cinnamon, nutmeg, something to really add to that coffee flavor. What I like about this one is, although it's crummy, there's no burnt aftertaste. There's nothing that seems burnt about it, which is nice. I would give it a 6 out of 10 just because if they had cinnamon, more cinnamon, it would make such a huge difference. It's not a big change, but it could make such a huge difference. Now we are on to our last and final stop. Let's see if it's open. The last and final stop is Good Enough to Eat. I discovered their coffee cake during the coronavirus pandemic as they opened up a little bakery stand outside of their normal store. They are known for great brunches, and hopefully their coffee cake stands up to the test. Last but not least, we have Good Enough to Eat. This cake to me is a solid piece of cake. They really give you a lot, and the only issue with the outside of this cake is it appears that a part of it might be a little burnt. It's a little darker brown on one of the outside part of it, but overall on the inside of it and on the top, it does look really nice. I would give it an 8 out of 10 for appearance. All right, everyone, this is the moment of resistance, the taste. This cake I'm really excited to try. It just looks like a great piece of cake. Cutting into it, it feels very moist, but let's see if the taste is that. Wow, that's really good. The cake is nutty, but I like it. It gives a really nice texture, and it complements the flavor of the cake. The cake itself is kind of plain, but when you get into this nutty area, it's very flavorful with nuts and cinnamon and maybe even some nutmeg also. I'm actually really surprised how good this is. Honestly, I would tie this with Levain. I think that it is just as flavorful, and it has a great consistency like Levain too. So those two are definitely tied for their inner cake, but let's see how they compare when looking at the outer shell brown sugar topping. What I'm nervous about this one is it does look like some parts are burnt. When you have a burnt outside, it just really ruins everything. So let's see. That's bad. That is bad. I'm sorry. That is not good. That is not good. Good Enough to Eat was doing really well until this outside layer. The taste of burnt is overpowering. Like, all I taste is burnt sugar and cake. And I don't want to eat that. I don't want to eat something that's burnt. Maybe this piece was just bad, but it's sad because the cake itself is so good that all I would want to do is eat the cake, but the outside is just burnt. I would give that, honestly, a 3 out of 10. That's really bad. That sucks. Oh my god, it sucks. I just think it's really bad. It's too burnt for me. Yeah, too burnt. Just way too burnt. So overall, it seems like our winner is Levain. They had the best overall cake taste and the best outside taste, and it looked really nice. So Levain is really well known, and it makes sense that they would do a good piece of cake. I wish Good Enough to Eat's outside wasn't burnt because it was pretty high up there in comparison to Levain. Overall, I hope you enjoyed this video about finding the perfect coffee cake in New York City during a pandemic. If you did enjoy it, let me know. Let me know what's your best favorite coffee cake place in your hometown. I'm really curious, trying to find the best of the best. I need this in my life. I really do. But if you're ever in New York, I recommend you check them out and try them for yourself. Subscribe if you haven't. I hope you all have a great day. Bye.